Allah says, if you can just turn the page, then Allah is forgiving too. Maybe things will reconcile. Even in the worst case, there's room for reconciliation. There's room to make things better. But if the hearts are not, if you're too absorbed in yourself, you're not going to look for a solution. The only thing that you want to serve is your wishes. And so this is the last thing I will share with you. The direction that psychology is going in now, pop psychology, reminds me of the ayah of Surah Al-Jathiyah. أَرَأَيْتَ مَنِ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَاهُ وَأَضَلَّهُ اللَّهُ عَلَى عِلْمٍ. Did you see someone who takes their feeling, their empty feeling, and they turn it into their God? Their God has become their feeling. And Allah allows this person to be misguided even though they have knowledge. عَلَى عِلْمٍ. They can know, they can be a PhD, they can be a doctor, they can be a professional, but they are being led by their emotions. And they give themselves a new diagnosis and give other people a diagnosis depending on how they make them feel. Today you're a narcissist, tomorrow you're an abuser, the next day you're a toxic person, the next day you're this, the next day you're depressed, the next day you're, you have attachment issues. You just throw out these diagnoses, label people. أَضَلَّهُ اللَّهُ عَلَى عِلْمٍ وَخَتَمَ عَلَى سَمْعِهِ. So Allah says, and this kind of a person, Allah will put a ceiling on their hearing. You know what that means? That means it doesn't matter if you try to reason with them. You cannot reason with people who live by emotions. Many of you have experienced this. When people are living by their emotions, if you're trying to be logical, it's like talking to a wall. But I feel. The feeling is, that's the God. خَتَمَ عَلَى سَمْعِهِ وَجَعَلَ عَلَى قَلْبِهِ غِشَاوَةً. And Allah places a cover over their hearts. وَمَن يَهْدِيهِ مِن بَعْدِ اللَّهِ. Who's going to guide them after Allah? That ayah, that last part of that ayah, who will guide them after Allah? You know what that means? They replaced Allah with their own feelings. That's why there's no more guidance for them. Because their ilah is actually Allah, but their ilah became their hawa. So Allah says, فَمَن يَهْدِيهِ مِن بَعْدِ اللَّهِ. Who's going to guide them after Allah? After they remove Allah from their hearts, what guidance can they have? On the flip side, contemplate Surah Al-Taghabun. When a person experiences difficulty and trauma and actual difficulty in their life, whoever turns back to Allah in faith, يَهْدِي قَلْبَهُ, Allah will guide that person's heart. وَاللَّهُ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَلِيمٌ. Allah knows everything. There's nothing Allah doesn't know. May Allah Azza wa Jal guide our hearts and not allow us to become, worshippers of our own feelings, and actually remain worshippers of Allah in the depths of our hearts. And may Allah not make us of those who easily pass judgment on others unjustifiably. I know the khutbah is already over, but one last thing I will share with you. We cannot judge another person's heart in Islam. I cannot point at you and say, you're a munafiq, you have nifaq in your heart. I can't do it. But there's no way for me to know. Even Allah did not let Musa know if Fir'aun has kufr in his heart or not. لَعَلَّهُ يَذَّكَّرْ أَوْ أَنْ يَخْشَى. Go talk to him nicely. قُولَ لَهُ قَوْلًا لَيِّنًا. Both of you go talk to him nicely. Maybe he'll get a reminder. Maybe there's some part of his heart that can benefit from a reminder. You don't know. Ya Allah, it's Fir'aun. He kills babies. Come on. The guy's heart is made of some kind of special stone that will never crack. No. You don't know. You don't get to know. This is Allah telling Musa alayhi salam about Fir'aun. So I cannot judge another person's heart, but in this new psychology, I can easily judge another person's heart. The moment I call somebody a narcissist, I'm judging them for their arrogance. The moment I call somebody one of these terms, I'm not actually judging their actions. I'm judging the state of their hearts. Be careful. This is not something our deen allows. But we've made this a normal practice because we're enamored by these terms now. If you're going to understand these terms, if you're not a student of the subject, don't do it. Don't misdiagnose yourself and misdiagnose others. It's only creating a problem in our society and in our families. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Qur'an al-Hakim wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa dhikril hakim.